Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Saka here with another episode of NASCAR Racing 2003 season. We are at New Hampshire in our 2000 championship season that we're continuing throughout the season. Brandon is in front of us in that 28 Texaco Haviland Ford, and we've qualified on the inside row, which is very beneficial for New Hampshire. The thing about New Hampshire is it's progressive banking in the turns, so you can see the dash lines and the groove is actually right there in the middle, about the second lane up. If you were to get on the bottom, it is flatter, and you can't really carry as much speed as you can before. Let's get ready and get underway here. Green flag is in the air, and a really slow rolling start. We're in third gear. Brandon looks to the low side of Terry Labonte. Oh, into Ward Burton just a touch. Brandon goes up the track. Is Skinner in the wall? That's going to bring out the yellow flag. Let's race on back. So a little bit of excitement here to start the race out. We have to get back to the line. I'm going to see if I can pass Terry Labonte here and be lined up behind Brandon on the restart. And let's roll this outside groove. We should get really good bite on corner exit. And there we go, we will pull away and take the yellow behind Brandon now. We've got 22 laps in the tank with 28 laps to go. So essentially, we are going to be short, so this is not the time to pit. We will go ahead and get through this caution at times 12 speed, and I will see you for the restart. Coming back to the restart, getting ready to go green. Speaking of green, we have Bobby Labonte in that 18 Pontiac right in front of us. Let's see if we can settle into a bit cleaner racing here. Green flag is in the air, and once again, a slow rolling start. Let's see if we can jump to the inside here of Bobby Labonte. Brandon goes to the inside of Mark Martin, and the leaders are right there. We can reach out and touch them almost. I'll be a little bit careful here under Bobby Labonte. I'll let him go. We have to sort of watch our rear bumper as well, as they really like to drive in hard. We should get the line here under Bobby. A little late braking here. New Hampshire is pretty flat. You have to get a lot of slowing down done before the turn, or you can burn your brakes up, rolling brakes all the way through the turn. That outside lane does get a little bit better bite off, so we really have to make up our ground on corner entry if we want to try to clear these guys. Bobby's fighting strong up there on the high line. Let's see if we can also get under Mark Martin. Brandon going for that spot under Tony Stewart. Let's get under Mark here. We are making positive gains, and with Brandon going under Stewart, that'll force him to the second groove. If we can clear Mark here. Oh, we wash up just a bit. Mark scratches the wall just a touch. I'm sure he won't be happy about that, but let's try to drive away from him as best we can and set our sights on Tony Stewart. So looking at the pit strategy for this race, it's a 30-lap total race. If we split this race in half, that would be lap 15, so 9 more laps until we split the race in half. It's definitely a one-stop race. If the caution were to come out now, however, we would be within our fuel window, so it's something to consider. It's a question of whether or not the AI wants to split this up into 2 stops, 3 runs, or 2 stops, or 1 stop with 2 runs. Using that middle groove, we are making some time on Tony here. Looks like we do have the advantage on corner exit. If we can roll a good corner exit, our top end is much quicker on acceleration, and we can make those spots up accordingly. Tony gets a little bit better drive off there, but we might be able to get him in turn 1 here. We're catching him pretty quick. Let's go for it here. Under Tony with a little bit of a late break. Tony's keeping that third lane open. So let's go ahead and drive on the bottom, see if we can get some grip. He will get that speed off just for a bit, but our nose is still there. Let's go for this bottom side pass. We don't want to get down on the yellow line for sure. The track is very flat down there, and we can ride the middle. We can split the bottom groove and the middle groove if we want to sort of de-wedge the car. If we're starting to push, we can put our left sides. Whoa, a little wiggle there. Tony looking to the bottom. I overdrove that one just a touch, but I think this high line will prevail for us. There we go. We're going to clear him. Let's get back in a rhythm here. But as I was saying, with the car starting to push, we can put our left side tires under this dotted yellow white line here and upset the car just enough to get it to turn. Now that's sort of a late run move. As long as the car is handling well, we will keep above that dotted white line. Brandon still hasn't made a move on Ward Burton. Those guys are looking pretty fast, but we can still see the leaders out of our windshield. A far cry from last week at Kentucky for sure. And we can just bide our time essentially and sort of see what their pit strategy is. The leaders are there just to the left side of the A post, and we are within striking distance, especially if we can get a good pit stop, or if they have a bad pit stop, we can make up time on the track that way as well. But Brandon has got massive, oh, yellow flag is out. The yellow is out. That's going to bring us all together, and that will also put us within a pit window. Looks like something happened here in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Brandon's going to try to drive past Ward Burton to get that spot under caution. Our spot is pretty much secured as long as nothing stupid happens here going to the start-finish line. All right. So the question is, do we pit this time? I believe we do. So I will speed this up and be back with you for our pit stop. Pit road is now open. We are going to play follow the leader as we come down pit road. Luckily, we don't have to worry about overshooting pit road, and everyone is single file. 4 tires is the call here. I believe that since the tires are falling off equally, 4 tires should be the best way to do it. We're pitting behind Brandon. There'll be 1 car in between us as he was on the bottom, and Newman will split us here. All right, we've hit the box. Right sides are going on. Newman pulls into his pit. It'll be fascinating to see what the AI does here. His right sides are on. We're going for lefts. Left sides are on. We're going to be pulling away, and so is Newman. It looks like 2 tires for the majority of the group here. Fascinating. So we will settle in there. Ryan Newman will beat us off of pit road. And a very interesting question. Did the AI just take 2 tires, and how is this going to affect them later in the race? But we will answer those questions when we go back to green. Pace car is getting ready to duck off. We are behind Ryan Newman. Let's see if we can get a good start here. Leaders are up there as well as the 93. I believe he may have been involved. Green flag is in the air, a really slow start. Nowadays, we've switched our lanes. That would have been a penalty, but we did not pass Ryan Newman before the line. And Brandon around the 10 of Johnny Benson, holding on to that 20th spot in the championship standings for now. Looks like a decent run for Johnny here. Let's see if our 4 tires are going to prevail over the leader's 2 tires for sure. The 93 is there, slowing down that bottom groove. Brandon is putting pressure on the 6 of Mark Martin and the 99 of Jeff Burton. He's going to go make it 3 wide. Let's see if we can complete the pass. We will, under the 93. Get back there, Blaney. Hard driving in to save our life under Mark Martin. We got into him a little bit earlier in the race, and he is not letting me go. We've cleared him. Let's drive off past the 93 and let's eyes out of the mirror and in the windshield. Jeff Burton is our next target. The leaders are right there, coming to 12 laps to go. So we've essentially got half the race on fresh 4 tires. Both Brandon and I were on the 4-tire strategy. And it looks like these guys are coming back to us. Their left sides are heating up. We almost slide into Jeff Burton there, but no worries. We should get the drive off to clear him. Ideally, you want to clear him before corner exit because I could have carried a whole lot more speed if I could get out to the wall. Brandon once again setting his sights on Ward Burton. He wasn't able to pass him before the yellow, so let's see if he can put Ward Burton a spot back and help us out all in the same, as he will force Ward to the outside, and then we can make a good advantage of it. We're in the top 10, which is really good considering we are the only 2 on 4 tires up front here. Brandon goes to make that move. We can hold the bottom very well. And yeah, he'll force Ward up and we will close that gap on Ward Burton. Brandon will complete the pass. He'll get good drive off of turn 4. Although Ward seems to be looking back to the outside, Brandon gives him the lane. But getting into turn 1 here, we're going to creep up on Ward just a little bit. Brandon washes to the outside. He may be pushing his tires a little bit too much with 10 laps to go here. Let's make sure we can get around Ward Burton cleanly and keep a good eye on those leaders up there. We don't want to force too hard. Ward looks to our inside there, and we've got that high lane rolling. Scratched the wall just a touch there, but no worse for the wear. Here we go. Now Brandon will set his sights on Jeff Gordon up there. So Earnhardt, Jarrett, Gordon, Brandon, and then me. So a top 5 as of now. So we can get a great top 5, but let's not stop there. We have the tires to do it and the time. The leaders are not getting away from us. We feel really comfortable as far as this race is concerned in the car. It feels so much better to come here than Kentucky for sure. Another lap in the books. We are gaining on them for sure. Brandon will be knocking on Jeff Gordon's door in just a moment. He's trying to de-wedge that car, get that car turning on the bottom. Let's see if he looks to the inside of Gordon here going into turn 3. He does, gets back in line. We overdrive just a bit there. Let's see if I can diamond the corner and try to make up the time that I lost there. We're in the gas a whole lot more. We may be able to catch Brandon up just a touch here. Brandon looking to the bottom. I'm just sort of biding my time here. I want Brandon to open those gaps for us so we can follow him through. If Brandon can do the hard work and pass the leader, then that will ensure that we are only racing Brandon and not these guys back here. All right, we're on the bottom, rolling nice and easy. He may complete that pass on Gordon. We'll follow Gordon up and he will slide right in line. So Jeff Gordon is our next target. We get a good drive off here, and he is under Dale Jarrett, so we might be able to make this a twofer if we can keep this bottom rotating and rolling. Dale Jarrett will sort of slow up Gordon there. Gordon will have nowhere to go. He's stuck on that high lane, and if we can outbrake Dale Jarrett going into turn 3, we'll set ourselves up really well. We can at least keep a fender by him so he doesn't come down into our lane and just try to get good bite off. These are where the left side tires are going to make their mark and start doing the work for us. Into turn 1, Jarrett is still to the outside, but we are starting to gap him. He's starting to fade back, and we cleared him. Out to the wall, let's gain that speed, and now we are in 3rd place. Brandon going for the lead under Dale Earnhardt in turn 3. Earnhardt up the track, and Brandon should complete that pass. Brandon will lead his first lap of the day, and we should be able to follow him through. Earnhardt sort of slows up on the straightaway, allowing us to make the move here. Good momentum here on the bottom. Earnhardt will probably not roll over for us here at New Hampshire. He's fading back though. We're going to clear him off the turn, and now it is just Brandon leading me in 2nd. So this is the race, ladies and gentlemen, right here. If we can hold what we got, we can get a nice 2nd place, but it looks like Brandon is having difficulty in in the center. And with the laps ticking away, we're at 3 laps to go in second place. Brandon washing up the track there. It looks like his car may be giving up. Let's get drive here on the bottom. We're not going to get to him here, but we are on his back bumper. Let's watch his entry and see. I don't want to overdrive it. If his tires are starting to fall off, there's a good chance that mine will be close. Let's get good drive here. Right in his tire tracks, feeling good here. 2 laps to go. He goes into turn 1, much better than last lap for sure. Let's see how his, oh, he cannot get the gas down. He's sliding up the track. This is our spot. This is our advantage side by side. We've cleared him. Let's make sure that we can keep him cleared in turn 3. He's got his right side right on our door, not letting us get away easy. We've cleared him. White flag is in the air. 1 more mile to go. Brandon in the mirror. Let's see if he has anything for us. We'll lead that lap. And cars coming off of pit road. Jeff Burton coming off of pit road. Wow. Why did he give up his spot? He pitted with 1 lap to go. That is not the best in strategy, I must say, for that team there. But coming around turn 3 and 4, things are looking good. We will secure win number 5 of the year at New Hampshire. What a drive. What a drive indeed. We led 2 laps that race. Brandon got him a lap led. But what incredible drive. Those 4, oh wow! Jeff Burton. Okay, Jeff Burton is really, really salty for some odd reason. He spins us on our cooldown lap. But that's neither here nor there. We get the trophy, we get the win, and we get the entry in the record books. A good run, considering what Brandon and I had in Kentucky. A 1-2 finish is much needed and appreciated. So that puts us to be the first driver with 5 wins this year. That's a lot of bonus points after Richmond. Feeling pretty good about my first round chances. Our front tires were indeed yellow. They were starting to give up a ton. If that caution came out later, I think we could have been okay, but not too much later. But as of now, let's see what brought out that yellow to tighten us up together. And I believe the 93 car of Dave Blaney was involved. So we'll get to the yellow flag lap here and then take a look at Blaney. There was our pit stops. That's when the yellow came out. Let's get to Dave Blaney and see what happened to him. Well, it was obviously before this lap. His hood was missing on pit road. All right, so Dave is going to be behind the Cartoon Network car of Wally Dallenbach. He's got the Bell South car pressuring him there. And it was in between turn 3 and 4, so that's where the trouble is going to be. Oh, wow. So the 75 hits the brakes, and the 93 gets into him. Tough break for Dave Blaney, tough break for Dallenbach. And Blaney's going to come down and almost take out Elliott Sadler at the same time. Let's take a look at the standings as they are. I am leading the points with 5 wins to Brandon's 4. Earnhardt and Jarrett have 3 apiece. Gordon and Stewart have 2. Jeff Burton is tremendously ahead, but he lost a lot of points there. Looks like Sterling Marlin is on the cutoff, but a good race ahead of Bill Elliott. But Brett Bodine sneaks into the top 20 with 333 points back. He definitely needs a win. But that is going to do it for me in this episode of NASCAR Racing 2003 season, ladies and gentlemen. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in. And next week we go to my home track, my favorite track, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Take care.